Hello, hello, hello. My name is Miss Camille, and I'm your salon etiquette coach. And I have 30 years behind the chair of work experience and tips on how to help you get booked and busy. And I have 7 tips that I would like to share. But today I'm going to be a little off topic, and I'm going to talk about 3 ways to get your barbering license or your cosmetology license tuition free. And the reason why I came up with this thought is because last night I was in Target. I love Target. I know I make a Target run at least once a week. Well, last night I was in Target and I was paying for my stuff, and the cashier girl, she said, "Oh, I love your hair. I love your hair. What do you do, for a living?" So I said, "I'm a retired hairstylist." And she went on to say, "Oh, I always wanted to do hair." And I said, "Well, you can go to Votech." Now, because she looked kind of young. And I said, "Well, how old are you?" She said, "I'm 17 and I'm in the 11th grade." And I said, "Oh, wow. I wish you knew about Votech, because you could have went and got your cosmetology license for free." So I did give her my business card, and I told her if she ever needed any help, she could um, reach out to me. But with that being said, I looked up 3 ways to 3 official ways where you can go to cosmetology or barbering school for free by following 3 of these tips. Now, the first one is, like I told her, would be Rotec. So each day I'm going to break down the different scenarios, right? But one is Votech. And how the Votech work, you would go to school in high school, and you can sign up in high school and take what they call Votech classes. And just like I was explaining to her, even though a lot of people go to college, a lot of people go to what they call trade school. Now, mind you, we are in the target line. So just like I'm talking to you, I talk to everybody this way, right? So we're in the target line discussing this, and I was going on to explain to her that people gonna always need their hair done. People gonna always need electricians. People gonna always need plumbers. And one thing people gonna always need out here in Arizona is AC. So that would be called HVAC. I think you can go to school to get your HVAC license. Somebody's gonna always need welding. They're gonna always need something built. A real popular thing right now is landscaping. So you can go to school to learn how to do mason and bricklaying. So you just don't have to. Everybody's not gonna go to college. And the way the student loans and the debt is, a lot of people don't want to go to college. But you still can get a trade that will last you the rest of your life. You will always be able to make some kind of money somewhere from your trade. Now, number 2 would be going in the military and or going to Job Corps. Now, let me explain. With the military, I remember when I was going to get my cosmetology instructor's license, it was all adults in there, a couple of people out of school, but adults who had been in the military, and they have a VA bill or VI bill, and they pay for them to go back to school. So with that, you can go back to school to any school you want. But if you want to be a barber, I know a couple of guys have been in the military. They wanted to be barbers, or a couple of the girls, their husband was in the military and they were in town and they wanted to take up cosmetology and nails and skin, right? And another thing for people that's out of high school, you can go to Job Corps. you can go to Job Corps. Hello, Nikki. Hello. Hello, Nikki and Charlotte and Prosper Possibility. Yes. So, you if you in high school and after you get out of high school, you go into the military, serve some time, like I said, and get your VA loan and pay for cosmetology or barber license that way. And or you can go and get a go to Job Corps. And that's almost like a trade school too. It's just same as when you was in high school, right? But they send you away out of town or whatever for 6 months to a year to learn a trade, culinary, like I said, auto mechanic, all that stuff you can get for free going to school, masonry, um, HVAC, plumbing, electrician, but mainly, in my opinion, cosmetology, barbering. You can find out where they have a Job Corps and they will send you for free to school to learn a trade, and will pay you. I had a little cousin that went to Job Corps, and after he got done, I think they gave him $5,000, and he bought his first laptop or something like that. So it is ways to get free education for those of us who in school, high school, which is free education, messed up the opportunity because we were playing in school. I know I did. I took 2 years of Spanish, 2 years, thinking, what, that was 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Oh, I'll never need Spanish. Tu hablo español. Everybody around here in Arizona speaks Spanish, right? So I'm over here spilling this cosmetology. So Job Corps, sign up. Yeah, you might have to leave home for a couple of weeks or months, but you're getting a free trade. Hey, hello, hello, hello. So you're getting a free trade. All right. Number 3, which back in my day, back in the 90s, you would hear, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Back in the 90s, you heard about this a lot. You heard about working as apprentice, working as apprentice, working as apprentice, where you go into the cosmetology field, but you go work in a barber shop. And I know a couple of guys, when I was coming along, worked in a barber shop under a master barber, worked under a master hair, or you could work under a master stylist and get your barbering and cosmetology license that way, right? So work under is called apprenticeship. Apprenticeship. Working under somebody that's a licensed barber hairstylist. Now, the only thing about it is instead of you going to school for a year, it takes 4 years. But the good part about it, back in the day, a lot of the stylists that would take you under, they were already booked. They had their clients. They had extra clients coming in, and they would just walk you through, showing you how to do the different styling, as they come through. But most times, if you had the desire to do it, you already knew some kind of form of doing it. You might have been doing it at home, and you just up one day and say, hey, I want to get my license. It's almost like when people are homeschooling their children. You have access to the books. You can buy the books online. Who knows? You can buy the books online now. Make sure that they have the hours. But you just have to go according to the state's requirement. I know I went to school in Delaware, and you had to have 1,500 hours. So long as you work under somebody and they can prove that you have your 1,500 hours and you worked under them and you go and take the test, you can get your license by working under someone, what they call apprenticeship, without even going to school. Not only that, you're getting first hand. Hello, Mustafa. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. So you get first hand experience working behind the chair under a licensed cosmetologist or salon owner or barber owner. Like I said, I remember working in a salon in the younger days, and a barber, he had come to work in the salon, and that's how he got his license, from working under um, a barber. And but the barber passed away, and he ended up moving to a new salon where we were working there. But consider it, consider it. And like I said, these are 3 ways to get your barber license, your cosmetology license, with out paying the school's tuition and going to school for free. So again, that's 3 ways how to get your cosmetology barber license without taking out loans, and in many cases being able to work and make the money as you go along. And the first one would be going to VOTEC while you're in high school. And I think if you have to, you might have to sign up for that in middle school. Number 2, when you're in the military and you get a VA loan, a VB loan, or whatever, and the military pays for you to go back to school, or going to Job Corps after high school. And number 3, working in an apprenticeship under somebody. So just take it in consideration. Join me back tomorrow. And tomorrow I'm going to go more detail about going to VOTEC and all the possibilities of going to school to get your barber license or cosmetology license debt free. All right, out there, this is Ms. Camille, Salon Etiquette with Ms. Camille. We want to get y'all booked and busy. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.